You can have anything you want in this world as long as you define it, because definition is the first step to attraction. And if you fail to plan, you fail to define things, you will absolutely not get them. Most people these days, they do not have attention deficit disorder, although they might actually have that. They actually have intention deficit disorder. Let me say that again. They really have intention deficit disorder. If you do not set out a clear intention for what you want in this world, you are not going to get it. And I know that sounds harsh. Jax, why are we starting in the morning with this? Or maybe it's the evening for you. If you do not have a plan for your life, even just a loosely defined plan is so much better than no plan at all. They have this study from the Yale graduates, and you would think a prestigious university like Yale, a lot of those people probably have plans. No. Only about 3% of the graduating class had a plan when they did this study. And those 3% out-earned significantly the other 97%. If you do not have a plan for your life, you are planning to fail. Have you ever heard this saying? If you don't know what port you want to sail to, no wind is favorable. If you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't matter. You can't plug it into Google Maps and be like, oh, I want to go to Arkansas. Oh, actually, I want to go to Ohio. You're going to confuse the map. It's going to get crazy, right? So you need to start defining what you want. And this goes from everything to what kind of job you want, what kind of house you want to live in, what kind of man you want to settle down with. Now, I know most people that listen to the podcast are women. So if you would not have a clear definition of what kind of guy you want, you're not going to get them. I hate to be harsh here. It's not going to happen. We've been running the wrong algorithm. Our bodies are goal-striving organisms. If you've ever read the book Psycho-Cybernetics, which I highly recommend, it goes in depth that all humans are goal-striving organisms. You know, squirrels like to gather up nuts. Humans like to walk towards goals. And if you do not have a goal to actively walk towards, not only does it make you sadder if you don't have a goal, it seems like you're lacking purpose in your life. So all I want you to do is just define what it is that you want in this world. You can think of our world as having 4 different buckets. I like to think of it's health, wealth, and relationships. And relationships is an interesting one because to me, it's more multifaceted. Wealth, you could be like, it's like a number in the bank account. Health, it's like, hey, I want to have, a flat stomach and, some nice legs. Relationships, you can kind of break this down into 2 different sections. You could call this like community, right? And this would be like your family, your friends. And then you would have the love section. And most of the time, I'm talking about love. I think most people come to me for relationship advice, try to understand what guys are thinking. But I need you to go out and define what's your health goal for this year? What's your health goal for the next 3 months? Is it you want to, become stronger? Is it you want to tone down a little bit? What is it you specifically want health-wise? And then we have the power of so much information at our fingertips. Okay, you want to lose weight. Let's just say it's that. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? Do you want to be, for example, I am 168 as of this morning. And when I've wanted to lose weight, I started weighing myself every single day. And I didn't just want to crash diet. I didn't just want to be stick thin. I have a specific goal, a specific weight that I'm looking to hit, a specific body fat percentage, a specific workout routine that I'm doing. Because once you know the goal that you want to get to, the actual actions become a lot easier. Because you're like, okay, here's where I want to go. Okay, what gets me there? What are the big dominoes? What are the things I have to do? Okay, I need to track my food. Okay, I need to get 10,000 steps a day. Okay, I need to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. And I need to be tracking those workouts, making sure I'm making progressive overload. Okay, wealth. Let's take this. Okay, I want to have $1 million liquid in the next 5 years. Okay. Can you even do that in your current job? Okay, maybe you can't. Okay, do you need a new job or can you make more money at your current company? Okay, you can't. Or maybe you can. Okay, what would it take to get a promotion? Oh, you can't. Okay, are there other jobs that you would have skills for? Not currently. Okay, how would you build those skills? See how easy everything becomes when you actually just set the clear intention of where you want to go? And you might see that you're walking down the wrong path. I remember when I was starting a tech company and I wanted to raise venture capital funding. And I'll tie this in. I could have built a big company. I could have raised money from VCs. But what I realized is I don't actually want that life. That the goals, the thing I was striving for was incongruent with what the future outcome I wanted to be. So not only writing down your dream vision of what kind of goals you want to achieve, what kind of life do you want to live? Because sometimes that's easier for people to understand is they want to be like, oh, I want to live on in a tropical island. I want to sip coconuts and play volleyball with my friends, and I want to work, only 6 hours a day. Define it. Whatever it is that you want, you can get in this world. Whatever it is you want, you can get in this world. You must just first start with defining what it is. And if you're like, Jax, it's so hard. I don't fully have the vision. Just write something out. Because each day, if you iterate upon it and you keep reading through it, you're like, you know what? This actually, isn't incongruent with me. This actually, I don't think I want that much. Write it out. Write it out. You've got your health, you've got your wealth, you've got your relationships, and then be like, okay, let's say I want to hit my health goal. What information do I need to learn? Maybe I need to learn about macros. Maybe I need to look at, how I can sustainably bulk up, or bulk up's probably the wrong word, how I can sustainably get stronger. Like maybe I have to learn how to do hip thrusts or different kind of compound movements. Okay. What kind of information do I need to understand that? Okay. Can I go to YouTube University? Okay. Can I get a personal trainer? Is that on the options? Does that match up with my wealth goals? Is that too expensive or is it inexpensive? Is there different options, right? Okay. I want a better relationship. Do I even know how to attract guys in the first place? Okay. Yeah. I have no problem getting guys, but they're the wrong guys. Okay. So it seems like I have a problem with filtering. So every single time we have this dream goal, it's very easy to break it down into actionable steps and actionable things. It's like, okay, I need to learn this particular area. Okay, who knows that? Can I pay to hire somebody? Or do they have free resources online I can use at least first? And if I like those resources, I can hire them. I really want you to become intentional, because the first step to attraction is definition. If you do not define where you want to go, as an example, I wanted to live in a tropical place. So what did I do? I went to Miami. I went to Puerto Rico. I went to Medellin, Colombia, and I tried each of those places out. And I even realized I would say, okay, if I wanted to move to Puerto Rico, I would need to make at least 2 to 3 times what I'm currently making, because it's a much more expensive place to live, although it is a beautiful spot. Okay, Medellin, Colombia is very different. It's way less safe, but it has a great entrepreneurship community. So every place has its pros and its cons. And to actually test out whether you would want that dream life is not that inexpensive. Of course, you can't test out like, how could I test out being 20 pounds lighter? That's a tough thing to test. But many people have these dreams, these visions, these aspirations for their life, and they're actually not even testing it. And another good way to test things, even if you can't immediately skip to a different location, you can look at people. Let's take your career as an example. Look at people that are 2 to 3 to 4 years ahead of you in your career and ask yourself, do I want their life? And if not, why? Is it, oh, the career doesn't look fulfilling? Oh, that person looks stressed out all the time. Ask yourself, well, could I manage that stress a little bit better than they do? Could I do something different than they do? Or is it fundamentally incongruent with your life? I had a friend. He was studying to be an engineer. He did his engineering internship, and he would look at the engineers ahead of him and be like, oh, frick, I don't want their life at all. I don't want any part of what they're doing. And so he stopped. He made a complete pivot. He dropped out of university and started pursuing a different path. Now, you might say, hey, that's pretty drastic. Maybe there are short intermediates, but that's what he felt called to do. That's what he felt aligned best with his goals. And he had very strong intention. Again, we do not have attention deficit disorder. We have intention deficit disorder. Most people can't focus because they're not actually excited about what they're learning. They're not actually excited by their goals because they do not fundamentally have goals. So what I want you to do is I want you to just start writing things out. It doesn't have to be crystal clear immediately. Tell yourself, what do you want? If we fast forward your life 3 years, where do you want to be? How much money do you want to have? What kind of health do you want to be in? What kind of relationship do you want to have? Do you want to have a loving partner by your side? Do you want to be taking vacations with them? Write it all out and get specific. If it's vague initially, fair enough. But over time, we're getting more and more specific. We're getting more and more specific because definition is the first step to attraction. I love you.